Right, before we begin, this is my stance on immigration, just so people understand. So if there's someone out there who is genuinely being persecuted for something they can't help, and there is nowhere else for them to turn to, and they are willing to integrate, abide the law, contribute, and not expect the country to bend over backwards for them, then fine, let's help them out. But it is the truth that there are people out there who want to come here and take the pee. These are either economic migrants or people with a sinister motive. The government has absolutely no idea who any of these people are crossing the channel every day in their little dinghies in their thousands. There is documented evidence that some of these people are throwing their ID papers into the channel before they land on our beaches. And so it is a legitimate concern amongst British people that shouldn't be rubbished or swept under the carpet. And it doesn't help when we have self-righteous, bleeding heart wokey-cokies enticing these people over here with everything from free healthcare to free housing and free money. And that's what they're doing in woke Wales at the moment. Now, as you all know, woke Wales has had a new leader in Vaughan Gething. He is unelected, but he's just taken over from the previous dictator that was Mark Drakeford. And for some reason, Vaughan Gething is being celebrated as Wales's first ever black political leader, when in fact he is dual heritage. I have absolutely no idea why people like Vaughan Gething or even Barack Obama, once they reach high office, they hide the Caucasian bit in their heritage. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, as you can imagine, Vaughan Gething being a member of the Welsh Labour Party, as Mark Drakeford was, then you would be correct in guessing that he's just as woke. Because it's been revealed that Vaughan Gething is behind a Welsh Government plan to pay illegal migrants up to £1,600 a month, which is tax-free, and this comes from a £28 million basic income pilot. Now remember, Welsh Labour told communities around Wales there was no money for anything. There are still people living in poverty in Wales, people finding it hard to make ends meet, and Welsh Labour are pissing British taxpayers' money, which they get from Westminster, up the wall on vanity woke projects, such as the national speed limits being reduced to 20 miles an hour to combat climate change, of course. And then they're spending a couple of £1 million on planting trees in Uganda, of all places, to combat climate change, of course. The Welsh Senate has artwork all around the building, created by people who tick boxes. And it's modern art as well, so as you can imagine, it's pants. I mean, the list goes on. Now, this plan, this ridiculous policy of giving migrants £1,600 a month tax-free, comes on the back of a similar plan to give around the same amount of money to unemployed teenagers. And they reckon it's going to be like a universal basic income. I mean, good Lord. This is what happens, folks, when you have a government filled with left-wing idiots who are implementing policies that benefit other people than their own. Can you imagine being a Welsh person and you're struggling for work, you'll do anything for a job, there's nothing out there, and yet you're on the basic dole or benefits, and everywhere you turn you get no help whatsoever. Or even perhaps you're a legal migrant, you've saved money to come over here, you've done it by the book, you're here working a basic job for a basic wage, finding out that people can come here illegally, and have a far better life, straight to the head of the NHS healthcare queue, benefit system, housing, schools, the lot. And you're thinking, why did I bother? I should have come here on a dinghy and get everything handed to you on a plate. How's that going to make Welsh people feel? I mean, there are people struggling and they're working to put food on the table, feed their families, keep a roof over their heads, pay for fuel to get them to and from work. Some of these people are working hard and they're on the basic living wage, which I believe is going up at the end of this month. But that being said, the cost of everything is rising up with it, so it makes no difference. And yet you'll have illegal migrants living like emperors on £1,600 a month, and they'll get free accommodation with that, along with free healthcare. And I wouldn't put it past the Welsh Government to put them at the head of the queue either. There are some right shitholes in Wales. There are high streets with shops closed down. They look like ghost towns. The job market there, it's not very offering. And yet the government there is handing out taxpayers' money to people from another country. This is going to act like a pull and make even more migrants want to come over here illegally to enjoy the benefits, which is just ridiculously irresponsible of Vaughan Gething, the Welsh Labour Party and the Welsh Government as a whole. These are the same people who want to make Wales a sanctuary nation, completely forgetting, or in fact they know, don't they, Wales is a teeny tiny nation. Not many people speak the lingo. Welsh traditions are dying, that's a fact. And when you have a massive influx of foreign nationals coming over, all that will be gone. Or maybe that's just the plan all along. And who are you going to blame then? Well, you can't blame the English, can you? And it's just going to get worse, unfortunately. And there we go. I'm Paz49, thanks for listening, and until the next time, Roger Trout.